I know that person in real person personally.
Hello and welcome to whatever this is. My name is Finn. I'm so glad you're here. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. I hope that you're having a great Friday. You're gonna have a good weekend. And today we are about to look at some TOPHIACHU from the lovely Tophia archive. So before we jump on in, please feel free to like, comment, subscribe. It really helps me out. I'm just getting started and it is so appreciated. So if you don't mind doing that, that'd be wonderful. But all that said, let's go ahead.
I'm tired. It was a lot today, guys. It was a lot.
Oh my god, she's gonna start this right out of the gate. Are you serious?
Tired. But hey, it was a lot. Baja Blast. No, I'm gonna drink Baja Blast.
More not water. Got it.
Touch writers. It's kind of like, you need delivered basically for cheating. Phillips in school. I watched this movie, right? And I got receive an email from someone. This was my old email when I had it, my Rocket Mail. They were like, Send and Deliver was filmed at our school, Garfield School. And I was like, wait, what? And like they were talking. I don't know why. It was just an email. I don't even know why I got that email. But yeah, I was like, how weird, because that was like my favorite movie growing up was Send and Deliver, and then I get that email and I was just.
Do you think maybe somebody was fucking with you? That's my first thought.
Like, okay, yeah. I'm not lying, it was true. That's at that time when I got caught, because they tried to say I was on a chat website talking to guys, because this guy got jealous. Okay, I'm gonna tell you, I had a racist teacher who didn't like me because I was black, and I have proof.
I have a feeling she didn't like you because of who you are as a person, but anyway.
So there was this other girl that was black. Her name was Majestic. Actually, I think I ran into her at the bus stop one time, and she asked me if I wanted to go to church with her. This was at the old apartments that I was living at, the ones that was the last apartments I was at. I ran into her, and she's like, she recognized me. She's like, do you want to go to church with me? And I'm like, yeah, sure. But anyway, she used to hang out with this girl, Sandy Munoz. That's her last name. They were in a gang, and she's the one who pulled out a weapon and said, do you want me to you with it? And I was like, no. I laughed in her
Dude, what the fuck? Who are you hanging out with? Stop it.
face because I thought she was joking, so I thought it was a joke. So I laughed. I thought it was funny. Go, you just said you wanted to. Ha ha ha. Yeah, I laughed. Anyways, so then me and Majestic had this in class together, and this kid, he's Mexican, right? There's a reason why I mentioned that. So I'm sitting next to him, and he's on straight porn. He was literally on porn websites, looking at nude women, what have you. And
Tophia, highly doubt that. So she would have been in high school a few years, like 5 years after me. So like, I don't know, 2005 to 2010-ish. Tophia, there's no way. Like, this didn't happen. I know that kids tried to get away, around like security features and stuff like that all the time, and they still do. But Tophia, no, okay? No.
And I told the teacher, I was like, hey, he's looking at this stuff on the computer. So she goes over, I don't know if he clicked out or whatever. She's like, whatever. She blows it off. Well, he's doing it again. And I said, so she saw he was on.
Listen, she's, I think, about to say that this kid didn't get in trouble for looking at inappropriate things. The deal is that if he was, it would have flagged, because you had to log into your own account at the time, and you still do. It would have flagged both his teacher and like IT. So if his teacher chose to not do anything about it, that would have fallen back on her. So I really don't think this happened.
On it, goes outside to pretend to tell him something, acts like she's getting mad at him. And I'll explain why race pertains. She had a husband who was Mexican, and she's this white lady, this old white lady. And she always brought up like, oh, my husband's Mexican. He cooks me Mexican food. And the way that she was talking about him was kind of fetishizing, but I didn't know that.
Tophia, shut up. Ms. Asian teen corn. Be quiet.
Back then, I didn't know because I was young. Anyways, I was young at the time, so I was in middle school and I didn't even understand. Now, looking back.
I bet in okay, so this was not high school, this was middle school. Even less likely that this happened. This is so stupid. Also, I bet Tophia looked 50 even in middle school.
Back on it, it was fetishizing. That's why she was favoriting this boy, because he's Mexican. That's why. And I'll tell you why she targeted me. So anyways, he gets mad. Him and his group of friends get mad because I told on him. Well, whatever. Okay, so what if I'm a snitch? That's disgusting. You're looking at straight
Tophia, snitches get stitches.
up nude naked girls on the computer. Like, okay. So then, I'm on the computer. This is typing class, by the way. So we're learning how to type. And I finished my work. And, you know, you can go do typing games, or the only games you could play on the
Keyword, typing games. So keep that in mind.
computer if it was typing games. And there's this typing game I used to play where you race. You type and then you're racing people. But you got to type fast. Whatever. So they went to the teacher and told the teacher I was on some chat website because this other girl next to me, she was on a chat website. And so I was not logged into anything. She clicks C for chat. She clicks on the first chat website that's there. And then it says login. And she's like, you was on this website. And I was like, no, I wasn't. It literally says login. And she goes, you lose computer privileges for a year. She's like, you can only do typing.
Dude, what the fuck? This did not happen. I've supervised kids in a computer lab a lot. This did not happen.
After that, you have to get off the computer. And I was like, what? And then she told the other girl.
So she told you that since you were fucking around playing on a website that you weren't supposed to, that after you were done typing, you were done on the computer. That seems reasonable, Tophia.
Because the other girl wasn't even logged in either. But yeah, she was on it. But then she told her she had to get off too.
Well, there you go. So both of y'all got it because both of y'all were doing stuff you weren't supposed to.
And she was black, by the way. So you're targeting both of us. But you don't tell him anything because you favored him. Because your husband's Mexican. That's weird.
Tophia, shut the fuck up. I'm not even going into the fact that you're not black.
My dad didn't rape anyone. What are you talking about? And my brother didn't rape anyone either. That's like really weird. I'm not even
Never mind. Never mind. Let's just keep going.
gonna argue with you. Someone said that my music taste is impeccable. I know that. They said that under that song that I posted.
Tophia, the only good thing about you is your music taste. Because, yeah, you do be listening to some, like, bangers and everything. And we share a lot of the same music taste, and I hate admitting that. But I wouldn't want the best thing about me to be my music taste. Like, thank you, you know, if you think I have good taste or whatever, but that's all Tophia has going for her.
When I said goodnight and it was the Bee Gees, I know. It is. Okay. You don't gotta tell me. That's why I'm working on a playlist. I'm working on an R&B
The only work Tophia's ever done.
playlist. I'm working on like a playlist of like, I think it's early 2000s, I'm not sure, and I have a Disney playlist. So yeah, I'm working on some playlists on I'll even take a screenshot and show you the comment. I'll blur out the username, but they did. They said your music taste is impeccable. I said no. What?
She's always offering to show us receipts and like never does. Ever. Stop, like, shit or get off the pot, Tophia.
Why are you asking a question like that? I just had to work on it. I still had to add songs to the playlist. I just been doing other things and letting the
other things like scrolling TikTok, sitting on your ass, not getting a job, ignoring your mom. I can go on.
playlist marinate. But yeah, I'm exhausted. There was so much. It was drama today. It was a lot, and I'm exhausted. And when someone goes, man, that just like literally frazzles me.
Why do I feel like Tophia was the cause of the drama? Why is she smiling about this?
It's just like, but it's crazy. I don't even know. Oh, I'm tired. What happened? Drama. Lots of drama. I can't even say anything.
That fucking face. That fucking face.
It's crazy, but yeah, it ain't got nothing to do with me. I'm just tired. Not only am I tired, I was gonna say something else. I've been seeing these cute little baby videos. I cannot afford a baby. Help.
Yeah, damn Skippy, you cannot afford a baby, so get that thought out your head, okay? No, Tophia.
I'm tired. I'm exhausted. If I was to have a baby, I wouldn't be able to take care of it. I can't afford a baby. I don't know why people ask me, so when you gonna have kids? When are you gonna have kids when you had kids?
Tophia, shut up. Nobody said that.
Oh, you can't? Okay, well then. Okay. I'm just joking, but in all seriousness, I'm slightly not. Like, I can't. Does it look like I can afford a kid? No. Now I go watch the...
Tophia, it doesn't even look like you can afford to pay attention. I cracked myself up.
I have a family. I'm gonna work now. I am tired. I'm exhausted. It was a lot today. Tomorrow's a chill day. And then I gotta clear...
Tomorrow's a chill day? What are you talking about? Every day is a chill day.
There's some space for something special on Saturday so I can take pictures. What is someone saying? Why are you asking a disgusting question like that? Why are you asking a question like that?
Tophia, why are you telling us disgusting stories? I don't want to hear about your ass in middle school, catching some dude allegedly watching porn. That just, oh my god.
I'm not repeating it, so thank you. You see, I'm tired and I need to get some sleep. Why would I get off if I just got on? My little pony. Go to bed. No.
Get your finger out of your nose. That's so. Oh. And then she goes and touches everything.
Baja Blast. Baja Blast. Because why? That is the elite Mountain Dew flavor.
Tophia, another not water. Got it.
I don't know of any other ones. They do not exist to me. Baja Blast is the only flavor that exists. I am so tired and exhausted. It was a lot today. It was a lot of drama. It was a lot. I was like freaking scared for my life. I'm just kidding. How can you tell someone they fell off if you've never been on? You have never.
I don't know, Tophia. Why don't you answer that question? Did someone tell you fell off and you're like self-describing that you were never on? Because, yeah, okay, I can get behind that.
Never even been where I've been, so how can you tell me to fall off if I fell off if you've never been on? But anyways, I can't talk about it. It's crazy. I'm just get out of there. Why don't I pierce my nose? Because you know how freaked out and how crazy I seen people. Okay, so it was alive or something, and they just went no hesitation, just right through the ear. Oh God.
Like, Tophia couldn't even keep her heart surgery scar clean. She got an infection which caused like a pericardial effusion or something like that. Are we really thinking she's gonna keep a nose piercing clean? That's way too close to your brain, Tophia, or, you know, whatever kind of brain you got behind the forehead folds. I mean, you know what? Go for it. Go for it, Tophia. Pierce your nose.
I can't do needles, and they would have to stick it through my nose. I do not want a needle through my nose. I'm already terrified at the thought of giving birth. How giant a needle you have to get for epidural. You don't get, and I'm like,
well, you don't have to have an epidural. So, I don't have kids, for the record. I've never done any of that, and I don't want to.
I don't know anything about epidurals. Do they have pills? Because I would rather take a pill than to take a big old gigantic needle in my back.
No, because they don't want to dope up the baby. That's why they do localized painkiller and they have to use the big needle.
It's just, I've always wanted to be a mother since I was 3. So my mom, obviously, me and my brother are 3 years apart. So when I was 3, my brother was born. And I kept telling my mom, what's that? What's that? I was pointing to my brother. And she's like, that's your brother. But anyways, so then
Tophia must have been a nightmare when she realized she wasn't the baby anymore.
And I was like, Mom, I told her I'm a babysit. And she's like, oh, okay. I was like 3, right? But I always wanted to be a mother. I love babies. I've
Ew. Stop it.
been around plenty of babies in my life. One lady, that was my best buddy, my little buddy. Anyways, she could never get him to go to sleep, but instantly when she would let me hold him, go to sleep. And when babies fall asleep on you, this is something someone told me. When babies fall asleep on you, they like you. That's why they fall asleep on you. And she could never get him to go to sleep.
That's not necessarily true, especially newborns. They just fall asleep. It's like puppies. They just fall asleep.
Instantly, I could get him to go to sleep. And she's like, this is my babysitter. She's like, you're going to be my babysitter because you would never be able to get him to go to sleep. I would get a hold of him, sleep. And so she ended up, sadly, she lost custody of him. Aw, poor Charlie. I think that was
What? I thought she was talking about her brother.
his name, Charlie. When my friend was alive, she knew him. She knew the lady too. And they would always eat at this one place we would go to. And yeah, I would always see him. He would always get so excited to see me. And then I was like so sad because she lost custody of her poor baby, you know. It's nothing you could do, but yeah.
Well, whatever she did to lose custody, she probably could have not done that. That would have helped.
She could never get him to go to sleep. He would be crying all the time, and then I'll be like, here, I would help her because, you know, I felt bad. Like, she was going to stay up all night, so stepped in. That's the type of person I am.
That's the type of person you are, my ass. Shut up.
Yes, but Sprite is better than Baja Blast. You better take that back. I'm so tired. Why would you ask that question? I'm not answering that. I'm tired. I'm not going to sleep. I was gonna say something, but I better not. That would have been.
I hate when she does that shit. I was gonna say something, but better not. I can't talk about it. Something dramatic happened, but I can't say anything.
Not so good.
Okay, bye.
Oh my god. I gotta be sponsored. I thought I saw something else in my brain. That's what happens when you're sleepy. I thought it said horny. I was like, what?
Tophia. Oh, shut up.
All I saw was thanks horny, and I was like, who sent me that message? I was like, I don't know them. Then I know what it was. It wasn't. It was Yeah, it wasn't that word. You see, I'm tired. It wasn't. It was a different word. Sorry, my brain was just like my mind is not in the gutter. Okay, it was just.
Your mind is in the gutter, Tophia. I think it lives there.
I was like confused. I was like, who the heck is that? And then I realized I'm not in heat. My mind.
I think it's so funny that people tell her she's in heat when she's being a gross weirdo.
Mind is far from that. I was freaking out because I wasn't gonna be able to pay my storage, but then God came through. God came down and said, "I got the money for you," and then thus the
God came through. Are we sure it wasn't Timu?
money was provided. So now I can pay my phone bill. I'm just kidding. Yeah,
Was it God or was it some stupid quote-unquote hater who thought that was a good idea?
I got my money because of cameos. Thank you.
Oh, okay. Cameos paid the phone bill. She's like allergic to relying on a stable source of income, I swear.
Did 2 cameos and I made the money for my phone bill. So yeah, I can pay it. I am good. I did say excuse me.
Oh,
Excuse me.
Oh, God. I can't deal with burps. I'm sorry. I can't deal with burps. Farts are a little bit funny. Burps are disgusting. And for the record, I think Tophia's farts would be disgusting also. But there you go.
Do you ever define your curls? Yes. Well, there's some products I use. It was a really good product, and I can't find it in the stores. I might have to get it. I think it was Dippity Doo or something. It was like this mousse foam or something that I used, but I haven't been able to find it anywhere. The place where I found it, they don't have it. So I got it, I think, at TJ Maxx. But I'm like, every time I go somewhere to find it, like Sally's or somewhere, they don't have it. So I'm going to have to go online because I know they have it.
She doesn't have any data left, and I just really like this freeze frame.
On Amazon. And with the curl enhancing smoothie, that worked nicely. You need an unbrush? I have an unbrush. That's what I use. It's a pink one. I had a purple one with glitter, but then it got stolen.
You know you actually have to use the brush for it to work, right? It doesn't matter if you have a fancy hairbrush if it's just sitting on the counter. Ain't no way she brushes her hair every day.
Can you believe they stole my unbrush out of the station wagon? When we had a station wagon, we were sleeping in it. And my brother told us to keep checking on it because we were in our room. And one of the times my mom went to go check, there was stuff thrown out of it. And she said, they took it. They stole. She's like, we were robbed. And I was like, what? So I went out there. Sure enough, they took stuff. They took my No, I don't think my Xbox was out there. Well, yeah, actually, my Xbox did get stolen. But
she can't even keep her lies straight.
that was only because, I don't remember. I don't think I left my Xbox out there, but I know my Xbox got stolen. They took stuff and they took my unbrush. It was a purple one with glitter. And they stole it. And I'm like, you stole my unbrush. But my roommate, at one of the places I was at, she left the unbrush. And they said just to, like, leave it. They said just to, like, leave it. And then I just used it, so I kept it.
Ew. I don't like sharing hairbrushes. Ew. Ugh, that's so gross.
So I have a pink unbrush. And she was like, just leave that rest of the stuff there. And I was like, okay, whatever. So then, yeah. She didn't come back for her stuff. She was supposed to come back. And I was like, if she don't come back, I want the shoes. She has some nice shoes. And she kept her shoes clean. Nikes, Vans. I'm like, I want them. Just going to be
Tophia,
watching
what are you going to do
Disney
with somebody's shoe collection? Like, where are you going to put it in your not house? Come on.
Plus when I get off here. I'm gonna watch the Proud Family. Selfish? How is that selfish? I know you see my messages. What messages? I don't see nothing. The comments are flying.
Ew, stop it.
Excuse me. Man, I was really stressing out. I was like, I'm not gonna be able to pay my bill because TikTok didn't cash out. All because it was a few dollars over. It said, not payable. It says not eligible for payout because
Maybe you should have several streams of income. And no, I'm not talking about Cameo. I mean that you can rely upon. Like, yes, the economy sucks. Yes, it's hard out there, but there are steps you can take to make it so that you are more stable, and you refuse to make any of them.
because it was a few dollars over. I'm like, that's so stupid. I'm not dating anybody. Oh, thank you. I love you too. Is that what you said? What do you like to do in your free time the most? Listen to music. Every time I go to sleep,
All her time is free time. So you could have just said, what do you like to do with your time?
I have a dream. It is so crazy. I don't know anyone who dreams as much as I do. I probably have more dreams than anybody. I wish
And they're all Mountain Dew.
there was a way. There probably is a way to like. So basically, I'm a little jumpy tonight. Sorry. I'm a little, so there was a lot going on. So, anyways, so what was I gonna say? It's okay. You know how they do those sleep tests? So there's probably a way to like see that I'm having a dream. Every single night I go to sleep, I'm having a dream. Like I dream every single night. I know that I'm dreaming. I can't really remember what the dream is about. Sometimes I.
Yeah, I think dreams are normal, because there's REM sleep and non-REM sleep. So, yeah, I'm pretty sure you dream during REM sleep, and non-REM sleep is just like deep, deep blackout sleep. Anyway.
I do, but sometimes I just dream every single night. It's usually me, like I'm in an orphanage type place where I'm not allowed to leave. They're holding me hostage and I'm trying to escape. No, people don't dream as much as I do. That's probably a world record. Like I know people dream, but not every single night.
Yes, every single night, you dumb ass.
Yeah, some people probably do, but not as much as I do. Like I never used to dream this much. I didn't have dreams every single night.
It's probably because you're drinking a bunch of soda with caffeine and sugar in it right before bed. That'll do it.
You want a cookie? Yes, I do want a cookie. I don't know. I didn't dream that much, though. I don't even have fast food. I don't even have a lot of sugar, either. First of all, talking...
What? You're holding a Baja Blast. I didn't see no diet on that bottle.
About someone that is dead is crazy. I can say something to you, but I'm going to refrain because I'm supposed to be nice. But you're...
It doesn't count if you're like, I could say something to you, but I'm refraining. Tophia. Oh my god.
Pushing it, because I could say something horrible to you and then you'd be crying right now. But I'm not.
I really don't think Tophia could make me cry. I teach teenagers, alright? They've already destroyed my self-esteem. It's gone. Bring it on.
Ooh, I met Ed from Good Burger. Me, my brother, and my mom. We met Keenan Kale. Or, no, not Keenan Kale. I meant to say Cal Mitchell, sorry. We met Cal Mitchell. Welcome to the Good Burger, home of the Good Burger. May I take your order?
I saw that picture, and Kel kind of looked like he was dead inside. I'm not gonna lie.
He was saying that the whole time, and it was so cool. He had an original Good Burger jacket from like when Good Burger came out. So it was him, and it was Shar Jackson. She's the one that played the girlfriend in Good Burger. She played Kenan Thompson's like girlfriend. The white guy that was in the movie, he was at another Comic-Con, and
the Mondo Burger guy, or the owner of, well, I think the owner of Good Burger is Dan Schneider, and yeah, must be the Mondo Burger guy.
The one in June, but I wasn't able to go because I want to get all their autographs. I was hoping one day to meet Kel Thompson and get his autograph. It's like on a print that looks like the Nickelodeon magazines. Oh, I got a bunch of Nickelodeon magazines, which is so cool. I'm going to tell you. There's one magazine. My brother got me these. There are a bunch of Nickelodeon magazines, but somehow the cover came off because they're really old, so the cover tore off.
No, I think it's probably because whenever they don't sell at a bookstore, they'll give them to the employees, but they have to rip the covers off to send back as like proof that it didn't sell. And also so that the employees can't resell it. So probably at some point, some bookstore just had a lot of extras.
But one of the Nickelodeon magazines has this bubble house, which, because my back itches. There's this bubble house that's like by Nob Hill. I don't know if you walk by there. You know, I don't know if you're from Albuquerque, you know what house I'm talking about. It was in Nickelodeon magazine. And it's so cool to see. It was in Nickelodeon magazine. I have that magazine. And then it was showing the house. It was like a really cool, interesting.
How fascinating. I'm so glad that she has that magazine and not a house to put it in.
And it was like Albuquerque, New Mexico. And I was like, that's so cool. Yeah. Tell us a joke. What's a pig's favorite karate move?
Tophia punchline. What is it?
Yes, the pork chop.
Ew.
I'm just kidding. Dad jokes.
Oh
I
my god.
What a burger right now.
Tophia, get the fuck out. Please log off. I refuse.
To get me a patty melt, but I'm full. My favorite TV show, I used to like 13 Reasons Why, and I want to go back and rewatch that because I haven't seen the newer one that came out. I never finished that one, so I was gonna go back to the beginning to catch up so then I could watch the newer one. Who do you like? Why would I say that? I'm not gonna say who I like. I'm not gonna say if it's a boy or girl because I already said about my next relationship. Do I have to answer because I'm not? No, I haven't drank any water today. I mean, I know.
Of course she hasn't.
Some other jokes, but that's controversial. Someone said a joke in school. He was this kid. That makes no sense. In middle school, I got ISS because I don't know if that was. I can't remember if that was. There was 2 times I got ISS. One time I got ISS because I told a kid that I said I'm gonna effing KILLU.
You're lucky that you didn't get sent to the like disciplinary campus for that one, girl. You're really lucky.
because I got pissed off at him because he was bullying me and bullying me and bullying me. Anyways, I end up in ISS, which is in school suspension, which means you have to go to this room and you have to go there for 3 days. We had to write, you know how like in the beginning of The Simpsons, how he has to write the rules like over and over again? That was me. If you were there, that was my first time there.
I really don't think so. I mean, listen, I don't teach in New Mexico, but ISS, usually you're doing the work from your class. Like, your teachers have to send down the work for however long you're going to be there, and then you just do the work for your class. I've literally never heard of kids having to write lines. So, just take that for what it's worth.
I had to write the rules once, but if you got in there like 10 times, you had to write the rules 10 times each. That's how it was. There was this kid in there who would do crazy things like jackass, and he literally...
The visuals are making me feel like I'm on shrooms. What is this? Tophia, pay your damn bill.
Bragged one time how he stapled his... Okay, TMI, he stapled his nuts to his leg.
Dude. What the fuck? I can't.
I don't know why he bragged about that. He was doing jackass type stunts. He used to hang out with my friend's brother, and we were at the bus stop one time waiting for the bus, and you know how you make a torch with like cologne or something, and you can like, and it like a flamethrower, but they make like a torch and they made it like a flamethrower. Well, they flamed through someone's privates because it smelled like a cooked hot dog. It smelled exactly like...
What? What? Oh my... What? Excuse me? Tophia, what in the fuck is happening in Albuquerque?
A hot dog, and I was like, oh my god, someone just like burnt their private. It was like crazy. They would do jackass stuff. He was in school. I'm not even gonna repeat the joke because it'll probably not on TikTok. But he said well, he was Asian, so he can't be racist, but the joke that he said, he shouldn't have said it because he's not black, and everyone laughed. They thought it was funny, and at the time I didn't really, I didn't laugh. I was...
Okay, this is a dumb story, but while we're here, let me just grab a little screenshot. Anyway, don't mind me. Continuing.
Just like, that's kind of crazy, but everyone laughed, and he said the joke is, why did God make white chocolate? I'm pretty sure you can figure out the answer to that. So yeah, that's what he said. He said, why did God make white chocolate? And if you don't know, look it up. I'm pretty sure...
I'm good. Thank you.
Sure you'll find the answer. I'm not lying. That's what he literally said. He said, why did God make white chocolate? He was one of those that cracked jokes. He would literally like do jackass type stunts. Like he literally bragged. He was like, yeah, I stapled my nuts to my leg. And I'm just like, why are you even admitting this? He's like, he's like, I stapled my nuts to my leg.
Why are you telling us about it? Like, I guess thanks for the new stories, but I still don't want to hear it.
And then he was always acting out in class. He would always like make people laugh. He would say very prejudiced type jokes. That should cue you in onto what the answer is to that joke. That joke is about black people. And everyone was just laughing. I can't even remember his name. I'm trying to think of his name. I think it was David, but I don't even remember.
Fucking David.
My vape is broken. And I don't think I see the need to buy another vape because I don't really need to vape. I vape no nicotine.
Yeah, Tophia does not need another habit. And vaping is really expensive.
But there's not really a point to it. I just like the way the flavoring tastes. But from out...
Of course. It's like Chantal when she tries her body washes from Lush. She just likes the flavor.
Formaldehyde is in the vapes, and formaldehyde is used for taxidermy. But I don't know if it's...
Yeah, there's also, I think, doesn't aspartame also break down into formaldehyde? So, I don't know.
In no nicotine vapes, but I know in vapes it has formaldehyde. You voted for Mitt Romney when you were older than that kid. Give him some grace. We gave you grace. You didn't give me grace. And why am I going to give him grace for saying a prejudiced comment? First of all, I was ill-informed. I was an impressionable 18-year-old who listened to a teacher that literally, at the time, I didn't see...
Well, your teachers really shouldn't be talking about politics like that, but, Mitt Romney is... He's Republican, but he's not insane. So, like, he still supports Israel and stuff, but he did, support, like, pew-pew control and stuff like that, and, I don't know, I don't think it's a shameful thing if you voted for him. That's before the right really went off the rails.
See anything of it, but it was prejudice. My teacher was prejudiced towards Obama. He brought up Fast and the Furious. So if you didn't know, not the movie Fast and the Furious, there was this huge project called Fast and the Furious. Look it up. What the government tried to do is give thousands of guns to the cartel so they could track the cartel. What ended up happening is the cartel took the trackers off the guns because these guns had
What? I gotta look this up. I have no idea what the fuck she's talking about.
trackers on it. They removed the trackers from the guns and released thousands of guns to the cartel, and the cartel removed the trackers, and now there were thousands of guns released to these people. So the cartel ended up with weaponry because the government supplied them with weapons. They took the trackers off the weapons and they couldn't track the weapons. So they lost thousands of weapons to the cartel, whatever. I don't know if that was a propaganda thing.
I mean, if that's actually, I could believe it. I don't know. It's just really weird that the things that end up in Tophia's live streams.
To like make it look like Obama was bad. I don't know, but I know my teacher showed us a whole documentary, a whole thing on what was called the Fast and the Furious. It was like a...
Why the fuck were you, what, was this in government class or something? Seems odd, but okay.
Plan called Fast and the Furious or whatever by the government. My teacher, he was always talking about Obama, saying this, Obama, that. That was when Obama was in office. I remember I was in school. We watched this on this like whiteboard. I was in school when he said that they got Osama bin Laden. I remember that. I remember sitting in school and watching the thing be televised where he's giving the speech. We have taken down Osama bin Laden. That was... I love Obama too. So anyways, at the time I was 18, my teacher was saying all these things like Obama's bad. I've not, nor have I ever been a Republican. I don't agree with some of the stuff Democrats do. I don't agree with either side. So that's why I said I want to change and be in the middle, because I don't agree with any party. It's a two-party system. You're either Democrat or Republican.
I don't think Tophia could describe the Democratic platform if it bit her in the ass. Just saying. I think that she votes Democrat because she wants to be woke or whatever and be able to like rag on Republicans, but I don't think she actually knows what the fuck she's talking about.
Republican. Third
past a TikTok that she saw anyway.
Party doesn't stand a chance, and that's not good. But at the time, I was Democrat. I was never a Republican, but I voted Republican. So anyways, at that time, I had to do an electoral ballot or whatever it was because I didn't have my ID. I forgot my ID at the dorm. I stood in line for a long time, and I was not going to go get my ID and go stand back in line for an...
Yeah, you don't have to have your ID. They can look up if you're registered in the county. So, I mean, it might have changed since Trump, but when she's talking about, yeah, you didn't have to have your ID.
A whole other hour, or however long, an hour plus, because I forgot my ID. So I did the absentee ballot is what it's called. They give you an absentee ballot if you don't have your ID. And so then...
That would mean that you weren't registered to vote in that county. So she either went to the wrong county or she wasn't registered to vote at all.
I'm standing in line. This is my first time ever voting, by the way. And my teacher had this was when I went into college. So right after high school, I go to college, and since I'm 18, I'm able to vote. So it's my first time voting. And I had remembered everything my teacher said about Obama. So I basically wait in line. And, you know, for me, I was basically fed a bunch of lies. I was manipulated.
Well, you said you didn't know if it was propaganda or not. So it sounds like you just didn't do your research. Again.
My brain, I didn't think for myself. I just voted based off of what my teacher told me, so I voted for Mitt Romney. I didn't care. I was just marking. I was like, the first time I voted mostly Democrat except for the president. And I was just marking because I was like, let me just get this over with. For me, back then, I didn't really think voting was important. Now I see voting as important, right? But this was my first time voting.
And this is why civics and social studies are really important. I just have to throw that in there. Otherwise, you turn out like Tophia.
No, actually, I was Democrat when I voted. I was not Republican. It said Democrat. I was a Democrat. I'm not a Republican. I've never been a Republican. I have never been a Republican, ever.
You know that people are just saying that for you to freak out about it like you are, right? You could just ignore them. But she won't.
That was my first time voting, and it was marked down Democrat. So I have never been a Republican. I was a Democrat that voted Mitt Romney. That was the stupidest thing ever. Because for me, I was 18. I was going through all of these issues. I was leaving home. I had to ask for my portable charger. Fuck. Well, I have to ask him tomorrow, and I'm not going to be able to see him until... Shoot.
What the fuck is she talking about? You telling me you don't have more than one charger? With all that other crap that you buy?
Well, I'll have to do it tomorrow. Hey. So, anyways, back to what I was talking about. We know what happened. Anyways, I got it back. So, back to the whole Mitt Romney thing. So then what happened was is that my teacher had been talking so badly about Obama. I didn't think all those bad things about Obama. For me, I was like, oh, this isn't really a good, this isn't like, my mind was just like manipulated. And
Just like it is now. Tophia, you have never had a critical thought in your life.
I had so much going on. I was leaving home. It was my first time being away from my family, living on my own. And so my teacher had said all this stuff about Obama. And some of it I believed, and it wasn't like prejudice stuff, you know? Like it was like things like I slightly believed. So I was like, you know what? Yeah, my economics teacher in high school, Mr. Gar.
Well, then. Okay, so this was high school. She's 18. But then what does I'm about to leave home have to do with it? She's still in high school. Does she mean like the next year? Okay, Tophia.
Garcia. And so anyways, Mr. Garcia, I think I ran into him at Dollar Tree because I think he recognized me. And I think that was him. But anyways, thank you for the gift points.
I mean, Tophia, you are kind of recognizable. I'm not gonna lie, sometimes I forget students' names, or like they'll have to tell me their name again when they come visit me years and years later because their face changes so much, right? Tophia would not have that issue. Like, to be clear, teachers always remember their students. It's just sometimes matching the face to the name goes out the brain cell window. You know what I'm talking about? But Tophia would not be forgotten. If I taught Tophia, that would be like one of those stories that I tell everyone about my teaching career.
I'm sitting here, I'm chilling, whatever. And, well, no, I'm not sitting and chilling. I am sitting and chilling right now. That's why I said I'm sitting here chilling. Sorry. Anyway, so I stand in line for hours only to be told, no, I didn't go to Highland High School. I went to Atrisco Heritage. Highland High School is where Beavis and Butthead go to. The guy, Mike Judd, he's from New Mexico. Highland.
I thought Mike Judd was from Texas. Am I thinking of the wrong guy? The King of the Hill guy is definitely from Texas. He's from, like, the Garland area. That's what Arlen is based off of. I don't know. Maybe I got the wrong guy. I should shut the fuck up.
High School is the school that Beavis and Butthead go to. But anyways, so then I had listened to my teacher, and like a dummy, I voted for Mitt Romney. I didn't know anything about voting because I was just like,
well, you still don't, so not much has changed.
Get this over with. So I voted all Democrat except for the president, and I was Democrat, and I still am Democrat. I've never been a Republican.
I thought you said you were moderate or in the middle or whatever.
Why I voted for Mitt Romney was because my teacher said a bunch of stuff. That's the stupidest thing ever. Like, you know, like that's dumb. My brain wasn't fully developed. And here
she's always playing the victim. She can't just be like, I voted for Mitt Romney. I've learned since then and it was a mistake. Gotta blame this teacher.
I am voting like a stupidly voting. It's a big deal when you go vote. It's a very big deal. It's not check. That's not like when you vote, you're supposed to carefully, thoroughly look up the people you're voting before you go vote. You're supposed to make the right decisions. I didn't, because for me, it was my first time voting.
Yeah, that's why it's really important that voters remain informed, Tophia. Do you know what informed means?
Voting. That's dumb. You should know about your candidates that you're voting for. You just don't willy-nilly vote. That's what I did. That was very dumb of me. Now I'm very...
Well, good news. Obama won anyway, so...
conscious-minded of who I vote for. That's why I voted for Kamala Harris. Even though I don't agree with some of the stuff that Democrats have on...
Wait. I thought that she wasn't able to make it to vote. Like, her mom couldn't make it because she's got health issues or whatever, but Tophia didn't vote either, I don't think.
On their side, and I definitely don't agree with Republicans. I don't agree with Republicans' policies. They're very...
Do you even understand Republican policies? Like, I'm not saying they're good. I don't agree with them personally, but I think Tophia is just saying shit that she heard on TikTok.
Very harmful. Republicans, well, I do kind of blame myself because I should have educated myself more when voting instead of just going to vote because my teacher...
Did that hurt to say that you kind of blame yourself? You kind of accept responsibility? Man, if she ever, like, admits a mistake and says, my bad, like, it was my fault, I should have, blah, 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 right off the bat, I'll head to the apocalypse bunker because the world is fucking ending.
manipulated me into voting. you're telling young impressionable students that you work at a high school with that Obama's this horrible person. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, no, teachers should not be doing that shit. Give kids the knowledge that they need to make their own choices, but don't be feeding them stuff. You know, help them learn critical thinking. Somebody sure failed Tophia on that one, although I bet her teachers tried real hard. Yeah, but teach the kids critical thinking, not, to parrot.
Like, you're influencing horrible influences. But anyways, now I thoroughly vet what I'm voting for. But the things like voting is very important.
Thoroughly vet who you're voting for. That would require you go vote.
It's not just something where you, just check. Like, hurry up, let's get this over with. No, you really gotta be conscious of who you're voting for. Voting really matters. People think that voting is inconsequential. No, it's not. It affects our livelihood. Look, because people wanted to vote Trump in office, look at all the horrible things that's happening, right? I know that. When you say no-ish, I didn't know that because I was an 18-year-old young person.
That's not really an excuse. Could you read? At 18, could you read? You could have done some research.
Who was just getting out of high school, mind you, having to deal with my dad's bipolar. I had a lot going on.
Oh, stop it. Don't use your dad's mental health as your excuse.
I didn't think it was that important to really think my thought through when it came to voting. Like, my brain's not fully developed till 24. Men's
Your brain's not fully developed now, girl.
brains develop later, way later. I forget how much later, but women's brains don't develop until it's fully developed at the age of 24.
Well, I think for both sexes, it's your frontal lobe finishes developing around 25, but girls do mature faster as kids. So, but by the time you turn about 25, men and women are on pretty level playing field as far as neurological development.
No. So I didn't vote until it was Donald Trump and Joe Biden, and I voted for Joe Biden because I didn't want Donald Trump.
Wait, you didn't vote until it was Biden and Trump, but you said that you voted for Mitt Romney when you were 18. So what the fuck?
In office, I already knew that was a horrible thing, so I voted Joe Biden. I didn't really vote since then because
There you go. You didn't vote since then, so stop telling us that you voted Kamala Harris. You're a liar.
I would forget, and then it would come time to voting, and you can't do mail-in ballots because...
Yes, you can. You just have to let them know in advance, which Tophia did not.
You couldn't do mail-in ballots because it was too late, and the buses weren't free at that time, so transportation was not free. I would have had to pay for transportation.
I think that both Lyft and Uber had codes that they would take you to go vote for free. So Tophia is full of shit again.
And the whole Lyft Uber thing, I didn't know. They never used to do that back then, I don't think. Where it's you could get, if you use this code, you could get a free Lyft ride to a voting center.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm talking about. And you made it when you were 18, unless you were lying about voting for Mitch. So just do whatever you did then. And then by the time she voted for Biden and Trump, they definitely were doing the Lyft and Uber thing. So she can shut the fuck up. She's stupid.
They give you free rides if you use the code. But I didn't do that. So anyways,
Right, because you never research. You are lazy.
couldn't go because I had to pay for the bus. And I didn't have bus fare. So
I'm pretty sure buses in Albuquerque are free. What?
I didn't go vote. Anyways, I went to vote. I did a mail-in ballot, and I voted for Joe Biden. And then...
Wait, I thought that you said that it was too late to do a mail-in ballot. Tophia, can you please just get your lies straight before you come on and start yapping?
Kamala Harris ran. So Kamala Harris runs, and I said, I don't want Trump in office. So I voted Kamala Harris. And
But you said you haven't voted since Trump and Biden. Tophia.
Since then, it was marked down Democrat. I have never been a Republican ever. Even when I first voted, I was a Democrat. My mind was clouded. I had a lot going on.
For the record, I don't think you're a Democrat. I don't think you're a Republican. I think you're a fucking idiot.
My dad's bipolar was bad. I was leaving home. I also was going through a lot of emotions because I'm my mom and my brother are in a situation. I'm leaving home. I'm worried, are they okay? Because, my dad would never harm them, but his bipolar was bad.
Maybe you shouldn't have messed with his medication then.
He wouldn't. At one point he stopped taking his medications and he was on testosterone because I guess he thought his testosterone was low and He was taking testosterone while not being on medication. That was making him moody, crazy. He would get angry, mad for no reason. Anytime he took testosterone, that spiked his levels, and he was angry. Like, yeah, I know that's why.
I mean, I'm not saying the testosterone didn't have anything to do with it, but I'd be angry if I was living with you too, girl.
He would just take out his anger, and he didn't hit us or anything, but yeah, he yelled. It was like very bad. It was like traumatic. And so, yeah, I had to walk to get him cigarettes. It was a lot I had to do. And
The one thing. She lists one thing. It was a lot I had to do. Walk to the corner store and buy your dad cigarettes.
mind you, at that time, I didn't have no job. I was just trying to make it with my family. So I had these shoes that I wore.
You've had a job like once for 3 weeks at Dunkin' Donuts.
And I couldn't afford any other shoes. And I wore these throughout school, so much so that they got holes on the bottom. So my shoes were wearing out on the bottom with holes. I couldn't afford a new pair of shoes. I couldn't get a job because at that time I had just gotten out of high school and I was going.
You could absolutely get a summer job. That's what I did. I come home for the summer, get a job. I finished high school, got a job, and then went to college like in August or whatever. Tophia, shut up.
Going into college, I went to UNM. And well, I had shoes when I went to UNM that were worn out. But after college, I had these shoes that were worn out so bad. They had holes on the bottom. And I would have to walk. This was a long distance.
She's talking about after college like she went for 4 years. I think she made it a semester.
My dad would make me walk. I know I did one semester. I know I don't have a degree. So anyways, I walked with these shoes that had holes in them. Mind you, in New Mexico, they have stickers. I don't know if you guys know what stickers are. They're these little pokey things that are like, they grow on weeds. And
oh, the little goat heads. Yeah, that sucks. You should have put some duct tape on your shoes or something.
they poke the hell out of you if you step on them with your feet. If you step on one of those, man, that is so painful. So, and the west side, there's so many stickers. And the area that we had to walk to get to the gas station had so many stickers. So I would get them stuck to my foot and it would go into my foot. So I would have to pull the stickers out of my feet. I would be trying to avoid stickers, but I couldn't. And then I would get, my foot would, because I had holes in my shoes. I couldn't afford a new pair of shoes. So I walked around and my shoes got worn on the bottom. So my dad, he would make me go get him cigarettes, even though I didn't want to. And I would have to walk far. It would take me
Far to Tophia is probably like a block.
just maybe an hour, almost close to like 30 minutes. A 30-minute
An hour, almost close to 30 minutes. Tophia.
walk. It was probably a little longer than that. I would have to walk all the way to the gas station and back. I don't know. No, there is no grass. It's weeds. So these weeds grow everywhere, and they grow these stickers that are like pokey things. So they're on the ground. There's no grass to walk on. Stickers
She just said, okay, so the stickers grow in the grass. There's no grass to walk on. What?
don't grow in grass because it's a weed. Well, burrs, but here we call them stickers. We don't call them burrs. We call them stickers. So, anyways, what happened was I don't do battles, and I just saw that they were live, which is crazy. And I don't follow them. Their live popped up. Anyways, so I would have to walk there. My dad, we would walk every night. He would make us walk. This was before we had a car, and we
That was probably good for you. He was probably trying to help.
would walk there because my dad would get his disability. We would cash. I didn't want to go. I wanted to stay home. I'm like, you guys could walk, and he would force us to walk. Me, my mom, and my brother would walk with him to the gas station, which was not close by. It was like an hour walk to take out his disability.
Now it's an hour. She just said 30 minutes.
We would get burgers, those burgers that you heat up, and then we would walk home. And I remember I didn't want to go, and he would make me. And I'm like, I just want to stay home. I'm tired. I don't want to walk. Why are you making me walk? Is that a
Because you're a lazy bum and you don't do anything else.
piece of my tooth? I don't even know. That might be a peanut.
What the fuck? Tophia, go to the dentist.
What had peanuts? I ate a Reese's. I might have had peanuts because peanut butter. The way I said it,
Ew.
peanut butter. Anyways, sorry. I'm not trying to make anyone feel bad. So, yeah, I was forced to walk. And this gas station was like
Was it uphill both ways in the snow? Shut the fuck up, Tophia.
3 hours, not 3 hours, an hour away. Or 30 minutes, I can't even remember. But it was a long walk. And my dad sometimes, he would make us walk there and stand outside and ask people for money and say, hey, ask if you can have some money for cigarettes. And I'm like, my dad wouldn't ask for money for cigarettes. And this is his
So y'all have always been scammers. Got it.
addiction. He would make us ask for money. If the neighbors didn't let him borrow money, he would borrow money from the neighbors. And I'm like, oh my God, please don't let him, don't give him money. Because
That's how we feel. All the dumbasses giving you money. That's why we say don't give her money. She's just gonna waste it on dumb shit. Like your dad spent all the money on cigarettes or whatever.
because I knew it. I knew once he got the money, he was gonna make us walk. And so he made us
Oh, she just didn't want to get off her ass. Got it.
walk. So he made us walk to so he would make us walk to this gas station, and the neighbors would give him money, and sometimes he didn't want me to walk. It's his addiction. Why should I have to walk for his cigarettes? But anyways, man, so then the neighbors would lend him money, and this was when we lived on the west side in those new houses. We lived in a brand new house. We were on Section 8, and our house, nobody lived in it. We were the first person to live in our house. He became friends with the neighbors, and he would ask them for money. They would give it to him until finally they said, we can't give you any more money. He would borrow money, and then he wouldn't pay them back because
Yeah, because y'all just use whoever comes into your life until they're just completely used up and they don't want to deal with y'all's asses anymore.
he would say, oh, I'm going to pay you back. He would pay them back, but, he would have to wait till he got paid. And, well, actually, he's not my stepdad. He's my real dad, but whatever.
Doubt it. Also, I forgot to put that picture in that shows this Ronald fellow, so I will add that here.
So that was a hard time. And the gas station was not like right across the street. It was like an hour away. And there's no buses that go that way. And if there was, we couldn't afford because we only had enough money for his cigarettes. Because he would collect enough money for a pack of cigarettes or for a couple of cigarettes because they used to sell cigarettes by the singles. And I'm like, I don't have to be going to get your cigarettes. This is your addiction. You need to go get your cigarettes. And I told him that one time. I said, I don't need to be getting your cigarettes. That's your addiction, not mine. And he forced me because of his bipolar. I couldn't. Yeah, it was
I don't think you're blaming everything on the bipolar, but I think maybe Papa Chu just wanted you to get off your ass and do something.
a hard time. And I had just gotten out of high school. I went to UNM. I had to drop out because I couldn't afford college. I was back at home. I had a skin infection, which was an abscess.
Okay, first of all, ew. But secondly, if she had tried for like assistance and stuff like that, she would have gotten it. I have a feeling she just didn't file papers because no one was there to like hold her hand through the process.
That was the most painful thing. Had to have surgery for that. Became bulimic because, trigger warning, because I didn't eat in the hospital for a week. And when I did eat at home, I got sick. I couldn't hold down my foods. And then when I ate a lot, I would make myself because I
That's not quite an ED. That's just your stomach was getting used to having food again. It happens a lot after surgery.
ate a lot. But anyways, so then at that time, my dad was sick. He stopped taking his medication. He was taking things out on us. He was taking testosterone pills. That was making his moods, bruh. That was making his mood, thank you, over the top. And he would take it out on us. One time my mom thought we would have to jump out the window and run away and go to my grandma's at night. And I didn't even know how we was going to get there because my grandma, she was kind of close by car. It's not a far drive, but walking, yeah, it would have been a long walk. Wait, I also binge ate. Anyways, so yeah, that was the whole thing. So yes, when you do that to yourself to lose weight, because when people eat a lot, they do that to themselves. Because I didn't eat for a whole week, so I lost 100 pounds. That got into my head.
What? Are you Tammy Slayton? What? Were you 700 pounds? Okay, Tophia.
That if I stopped eating, I would lose weight because I did. I lost 100 pounds in a week. When you do not eat, unhealthy eating habits, especially if you don't eat for a whole week, you lose weight faster, and that's not a good way to lose weight. At some points, I wouldn't eat, and I would starve myself, and then I would eat a lot, and then tell myself, oh, if I do that, if I bring it back up, at least it touched my body. Now I could get it to come back up, and there's still remnants of the food in my system.
Ew.
So if I throw it up, technically, it's not like I'm losing the food.
Ew. Can you stop talking about this, please?
But that's not good. You know what I mean? I was telling myself that the food is still in my system. So yeah, because if I threw it up, most of the food was still
Ugh,
digested in my
stop
system,
talking
which is not.
about.
Yeah, because I was a germaphobe and I had a skin infection.
She was a germaphobe. I doubt it. I've never seen a germaphobe like not shower.
And they drained an abscess I had, and I was in the hospital for a week, and I didn't eat anything for a week. The only thing I drank was apple juice. Apple juice, apple juice, apple juice, apple juice. That's all I ever asked for was apple juice. They would give it to me. One point, I drank so much apple juice that TMI, I threw it up. I drank so much apple juice, I threw up. Because,
You were probably on a lot of pain medication, and those can make you nauseous, so that's really not that weird.
I loved apple juice. That was my thing, and all I ever asked for was apple juice. I wasn't even eating. I was just drinking apple juice. No eating. Breakfast, lunch, or dinner, didn't eat nothing. My mom would be like, look, you got soup. This is good. I'm like, you eat it. I don't want it. She was like, you need to eat something. She's like, this is good. And I'm like, no, you eat it. Well, when I was younger and I was a teenager in high school, I didn't drink water. I ate ice a lot. Now looking back on it,
I thought your friend ate ice. I thought that was your friend that did that.
when you're anemic, that is one of the symptoms of anemia is eating ice. That's what I did. I ate ice. That's all I did. We had this ice machine because we were in this new house, so they had new appliances. Our house was a brand new house with new appliances, and the refrigerator had a built-in ice maker. You just go like that and get. Sorry, my 20% battery came up, which means
I bet that family trashed that new house. You know, after a couple months, that place was stanky.
I have to get off because I don't have my portable charger. Someone borrowed it and I need to get it back. Anyways, I forgot to ask because there was a lot going on because my brain, because I had bills and I was like freaking out because I thought I wasn't going to be able to pay them. Made the money to pay them, thank God, but my phone bill, I was just freaking out. Anyways, yeah, I get stressed and then my brain, I just forget.
You know, if she could freak out like half as much about seeing her mom as she does about this goddamn phone bill, I don't think we'd be on her ass nearly as much.
Anyways, so, yeah, I was in high school. I was eating ice a lot. I was having a hard time going to the restroom. Found out I went to the doctor. I found out I was anemic. Found out that I was constipated. They gave me this giant white bottle of powder that I had to put in my drink that was like laxative. That cleans out my stomach. It was
Tophia, I don't want to hear about this.
the big old white. It made the tea taste fruity. I was like, I hope this tastes good. It made the drinks taste good, but it was a big old. I was low on iron. That's why I became anemic. So, yeah. Sorry, y'all. Anyways, my bad. Anyways, I gotta be careful. I'm so tired. So, I'm gonna get off because my phone is dying anyways, too. I feel like that's, what do you call it? Sarcasm, but anyways. So, I found out I was anemic, and then I had to
Wow, fascinating. I thought you were leaving.
take these green pills, which are iron pills, because I was low on iron. So, there's that. So, the reason why I was eating ice a lot is because I was anemic. That's why I didn't drink water.
I don't
When you eat ice a
care.
lot, that's a symptom of being anemic. So, anyways, I'm gonna go get some sleep because I'm tired. My phone's at 20%. I gotta put it on the charger. I don't have my portable charger or else, but I need to go get some sleep. I'm tired. I'm exhausted. It was a lot today and I'm just
Oh my
tired.
God.
Really? I was just about to send a galaxy. But you can send one if you want to. I'm not asking. Doing nothing? How would you know if I do nothing all
Oh
day?
my God,
You
Tophia, log off.
don't know what I do. I'm sleeping my life away. It's time to go to bed. What do you mean sleeping my life away? I don't sleep all day.
Yes, you do. You've admitted to it.
That's crazy. It's my real hair. Why are you asking if it's a wig? You would know if it's a wig. What'd you do today? Well,
Tophia, log off.
I can't tell you. I use a curl enhancing smoothie. I had open heart surgery when I was 5. No, I don't let people up in my life. Sorry. Anyways, I better go get some sleep. Yeah, I'm going to bed. Good night. Have a good day or night where you guys are. We'll see you guys later. Bye, guys. Good night.
Bye, Tophia. Alrighty, y'all. Well, that was sure something. Something stupid. Anyway, that's all I have for y'all. Please take care. Have a wonderful weekend. Again, thank you so much for sticking with me. And if you're still here, leave me an emoji about what you're going to do this weekend. I guarantee you're going to be more productive than Tophia. Anyway, y'all, much appreciated as always. Have a lovely evening and take care. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.